it's fair to say we've had a nice start to the morning today. No rain, it rained in the night, but we got up to dry skies at least if the ground were wet. Tent's still a little bit damp, but it's a damn sight drier than it has been for a few days. Yeah, I'm hoping there's some clouds trying to break through, some sun trying to break through, I mean. Now they have forecast rain today, so we're not going to get off lightly. How long? It says 2 o'clock on my app, on my phone. It could come in sooner than that. By then we'll have done, hopefully, the Großglockner and the castle that I can't pronounce. This thing, by the way, here, next to the campers, the tents, the tent people, that's us, they've built this little shelter. Now it don't look much, but honest to God, when you're camping like this and you've not got a big tent and nowhere to sit, if the weather turns, that is absolutely magic. Every campsite should have them. Just that with a chair and a table. Don't take a lot to keep us happy, because at least you've got somewhere to cook, somewhere to eat, somewhere to sit out and watch the world go by, and you're not getting wet. You've even got somewhere, look, you can, little washing line and hang your stuff out. That's still wet. That's still wet, by the way, that Under Armour top. I'm going to be putting it back on in about 5 minutes. Hopefully it'll dry out while I'm riding. So, not a bad start to the day. Quite happy at the moment. Right, are we ready? After we pitched our tent last night, 2 people arrived in 2 caravans and 2 cars and blocked us in, good and proper. Oh look, they left us a little gap. How nice. Right, we're going left here. What's a bad bend, this? Get some shit off your tyres. Now where we're going? Left again. Golling. Not a bad little place. Just got to take it easy at the beginning. We've got mud all over the tyres now. We'll have to throw it off. Not getting instructions off my sat nav for some reason. But my GPS won't connect now. Can you hear me? Alright. Thought that weren't working on either. So the first business this morning is a Hohenwerfen Castle, the full tour, then back on the bike to go over the Großglockner mountain pass. Yeah, what I'm going to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the roads of Austria. Again, a little bit drier this time, but no promises there. We're on our way now to the castle, the unpronounceable, I'll stick the words on the bottom of the screen, castle. Bit of backtracking today because we've been down this road once. We got to the castle and it started chucking it down, so we made a decision to get to camp and pitch up before it's too wet, which as it turned out, probably the right decision. So going back, unfinished business this morning, back to the castle. Let's see what that's got to offer before we go to the Gross Knocker, whatever it's called, Gross Block Knocker. Oh, I don't know. We're trying to pronounce it for days and I still can't get it right. The High Alpine Pass anyway. It should be taking us up to over 2,500 metres on the road, which is pretty high. And I'm going to guess it's going to get with amazing views, providing this lot needs to clear off, because looking up we can't see, so if we get up there we won't be able to see down, will we? So the other thing, of course, with all that hanging about, it'll be bloody freezing up there. Well, it's not right warm down here, if I'm honest. We're on 15 degrees this morning and there's a bit of a cool breeze. And I've got a mesh jacket on, as I keep saying. Not really the right bloody coat for the business, but it's what I've got, so I have to get on with it. Like I say, I can't get over it, the serious lack of sunshine there's been. Campsite we were at last night were kind of cool. The bar shut at 9 o'clock, which is a bit weird, but I don't know, maybe it's a good thing. Yeah, that little shelter at the campsite there, that's just such an easy thing to do, but makes life so much easier for campers. Wish more of them did it. It's not an awful view, is it? Most definitely not. Yeah. Very nice. Well, that guy at the bar, he seemed very confident that it was going to be raining today, didn't he? Like you said though, that's the weather forecast for here. We're going 100 odd mile down, 100 odd miles south, so yeah, hopefully we'll get away. But to be honest, I don't really expect massive heat wave. Well, we're surrounded by mountains, you're always going to get this, aren't you? Unless it really does break through big style. That is an immense view, that, isn't it? That castle between mountains. It just looks awesome. You're coming down this road and you look up, that's just cool. Walking pace, that's 30 kilometres. I'm staying speed with this guy in front. He's not doing 30, but I'm assuming he knows what he's doing. Do as the locals do. I hope it's not a local that's always getting speeding tickets. It's a bit of a bugger to turn into, isn't it? No, see you now, so start indicating. Plenty of indication. Straight in, let's do it. Nothing's coming, what a good do. Hard work yesterday, that. Oh, it's quiet, look at it. Is it not open yet or something? Yeah, very quiet. Well, that's a good thing. Maybe get the place to herself a little bit. Yeah, awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're going to be going through that little gateway there, up a lift onto the castle. As far as I know, this is the only way into the castle, unless, like in the film Where Eagles Dare, you like to climb in, like Clint Eastwood and Richard Burton.
Why don't you give him a hand?
What for? He's perfectly capable of looking after himself. If I could climb up on my own, why can't he?
Kind of ironic he should say that, because Clint Eastwood did the stunt himself. Richard Burton couldn't because he'd had a drink. Just to the left here you can see where the lift takes us up. If you follow the track just to the top you can actually see the lift ready to come back down. Hohenwerfen is a medieval castle sat on a cliff over 2,000 feet high, overlooking the Austrian town of Werfen and Salzach Valley, which is 25 miles south of Salzburg and surrounded by the Berchtesgaden Alps. The castle was built between 1075 and 1078 at the request of Archbishop Gebhard of Salzburg. It was one of 3 castles built to secure the route across the Alps along the Salzach River from the forces of King Henry of Germany. However, this didn't work. King Henry had Archbishop Gebhard expelled in 1077. He did return in 1086 but died 2 years later. We love a happy ending. The castle, over its time, not only kept people out, but it also kept people in, as it was used as a prison too, and at least twice the castle has had to be repaired due to fires, the last of which was in 1931. After being restored, it was sold to an annex of Nazi Germany, and in World War II it was used as a Nazi education camp. After the war, it was used as a training camp by the Austrian police until 1987, after which it is what it is now, a museum for people to visit, and it's owned by the state of Salzburg. As you have just seen, the castle was used in the 1968 film Where Eagles Dare starring Richard Burton and Clint Eastwood. It also appears in the Amazon video series The Man in the High Castle, and the castle was used as the Führer's headquarters. At this point, I'd lost contact with the drone. It was going AWOL. I had no signal, and I was in a bit of a panic how I was going to get it back. Luckily for me, the drone thought for itself, and it had no signal, so it just made its own way back to the car park from where it took off from. Phew! Now the drone is back, let's step inside this historic castle and have a look around. So we've got out a lift, and here we are in this some sort of little courtyard. Quite cool. It's like walking onto a film set and a piece of history. Let's go up these steps and see where we're going. We have got a guided tour, so but don't start till 11:30, which 11:30? It's only 9:15. Did he say 11:30?
No, 9:30.
Oh, 9:30. Gonna say. Great. Who don't like a castle? I'm sure people invading don't like castles. Awesome. Go and see this fellow over here. An example of the armour at the time. After running round in heavy armour all day, have you seen where these people sleep? Yeah, you come in after a hard day's battling, you take your outfit off and jump in a bed full of straw, itching. You're bitching like a good one. Not very big, are they? Thinking if I'd have been living back in there, I'd have been killed for being a giant or some weird thing.
Morgen macht der einzige dann der Fußbereitschaft, weil ich
Ooh, bit dodgy if you're not into heights here, isn't it?
Down there is the road that we came in on, and under the trees somewhere is the car park.
Imagine living down there looking at this every day. That little train down there, it's like a toy train from up here.
The castle even has its own chapel, where I'm sure many a person come to pray they will survive the next battle.
Don't know if you can pick this up on here, but it's a dungeon. And the chains it's looking pretty dark. Yeah, I've done the chapel. Go back down the stairs. Ooh. Deep down. Real steep, aren't they?
The castle has a falcon centre, which is a special attraction, and it shows daily flight demonstrations. Unfortunately, this was in the afternoon, so we missed out on the eagles, falcons, hawks and vultures because sadly we didn't have time to wait around.
Dass das Pech unglaublich stinkt, weswegen es da unten gekocht wurde, um nicht den inneren Burghof zu verbessern. Aber eine arme Seele musste immer Pech kochen und die hat Pech gehabt.
I'm pretty sure this is a toilet, not a nice view for the person looking up at the castle from outside.
Quite cool, isn't it?
This room was full of torturing devices. What one person will do to another is unbelievable. A stretching rack. The wife always said she wanted to be 6 foot tall. Careful what you wish for.
Nun, da kann man einen Pranger sehen, beziehungsweise das ist eigentlich ein Schandbock. Da wurde man da mitten am Ort aufgestellt und die Leute konnten...
Here we have the infamous thumb screws. The clue is in the name. A simple vice, sometimes the inside has spikes on it to inflict even more pain. The victim's thumbs or fingers are placed in the vice and slowly crushed. These can also be used on big toes. They also made larger, heavier devices on the same design to crush knees and elbows. This next device goes around your leg, and in the same fashion it's tightened up more and more to increase the pain.
Dann kannst du das hier auch zudrehen.
Watching this young lad here climbing towards the window, you really get an idea of how thick the walls are. This next one is a dungeon, just a hole in the ground with one way in and one way out. Prisoners were kept here for up to 7 years. When released, you would be blind and insane. The chastity belt. Many believe that these are a myth, as no serious written texts talk about them. Would wearing one of these even be safe? The idea that a knight could lock up his wife while away at battle seems far-fetched, but you never know. The other two nice head devices you can see here was worn by witches, prostitutes or women that argued a lot. You could even have one of these locked on your head if you spread gossip. If you was considered a witch or a heretic, you ended up with this device. It sticks in your neck and it sticks in your chest, forcing your head back, pulling in your Adam's apple so tight you can hardly breathe. Lovely. In 1826 the castle added a clock, and what a clock it is. And this is the timepiece itself. It definitely won't fit on your wrist. The movements for the clock go right across the room, through the wall, into the clock face, to be seen from the outside. And what great clock wouldn't be complete without a bell?
So, vielleicht geht es zwischen runtergehen, wir warten im Stockwerk unter dem Uhrwerk zusammen, okay?
At this point I was thinking all those down in that village now think it's 4 PM, when in actual fact it's only 10:30 in the morning.
Was? Jetzt sind wir im Stockwerk unter dem Uhrwerk zusammen, okay? Kriegst du das hin? Etwas aufgefahren, auf dem wir gerade stehen. Das ist mit 30 Jahren.
Imagine doing your business here, straight down the castle wall. Lovely. So glad they invented the soil pipe. Although I have to say it's a much better view than it is from my bathroom. I'm no expert, but the wood in this room does remind me of the wood I saw in the room Hitler's Eagle's Nest. Now the official tour had ended, our tour guide took these two Englishmen on a Where Eagles Dare special treat.
You can go down here.
Secret passages. It's my shortcut moment.
Ah, right.
Down here.
Near Manchester.
Well, yeah, because I've been to Birmingham last week. Birmingham, yes.
Remember at the beginning of this video where I showed you the clip from the movie where Clint Eastwood is climbing up the outside of the castle? Our tour guide is taking us to the exact spot. As he explained though, this isn't normally part of the tour. What they don't show in Hollywood though is the metal steps built into the wall.
Ah, right. Oh, they were climbing up the castle.
Into the bedroom.
Into the bedroom,
Yes.
Oh, cool.
You want a picture of the wood?
Yeah.
I can take a picture of you guys if you want.
Yeah, I can just...
Smile. Here you go, guys.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is the original spot where they went in.
Yeah.
We're going down there in a minute. There's the drop. Going down. Oh, it's quite That's your stomach done, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that was the castle, and just like to add a special mention to the guy at the end, the tour. He didn't have to do that. We asked, right at the end of the tour, we asked about Where Eagles Dare, the film, and he was like, yeah, jump straight on it. No, he looked quite actually excited to show us, and he took us off a different path that the guide doesn't normally go on, and down the back of the castle to obviously they were climbing up. People like that, they're brilliant, aren't they? Just like to help out. He actually looked, he'd been waiting for somebody to ask him or something. Yeah, he would dress the part and all the way. That helped.
So we are out of the Hohenwerfen Castle and back on the road, heading towards the Grossglockner High Alpine Pass. Sadly, as this video went on longer than expected, the Grossglockner will be in the next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.